minutes.
Yeah.
If everyone else remembers it that way too, but I request that the minutes be changed to reflect that.
Because that is the week before
Yes,
the mandatory Saturday.
there's 3 Saturdays. The
Got it.
last one for the election is mandatory, so have it on the.
Yeah. I know it's before the
Yeah.
mandatory Saturday.
Yeah.
9 to 5 and 1 to 5.
Yes.
9 to 5 and 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm. The 29th and 30th.
Thank you.
Are there any other corrections or?
No, nothing else.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes with the correction signify by saying aye. Opposed signify by saying no. Motion carries. Okay. Number 4 on our agenda, we have a presentation from, past Executive Director Kathy Holland.
I actually have 2. Thank you, Madam Chair. The first one is one that I apologize for as well, that hasn't been updated since you have been on the board and have been chair. We have, or I have done several years ago, gone back to our origin where we first started having the Board of Elections meetings. What is it, back to the, pretty far.
Yeah.
Like the 40s and 50s. And we've identified all of the board members and their appointments through all of the years. So it's a perpetual calendar that will keep going with every appointment. So yours have been added, and these hang in our lobby. So the public will know not only the historical value of them, but know who's on the board at the current time. So in saying that, I had also meant, before my tenure ended, to do the same thing with the directors. Because I think it's important that the public knows that this is our only tenure for directors in all the time that we've had the board members. And I'd like to present this to Ms. Hurdle because it now has her name, showing that she began her tenure on January the 1st of this year. And I'd also like to congratulate her publicly and thank the board for their appointment of Ms. Hurdle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Holland. Any comments, questions, from the board?
No.
Okay, we're now to review, the budget information, and I will go to the executive director, Donna.
Okay, if you've had a chance to look over the budget, you will notice that it is a little less than it was last year, the total amount. As last year, we had to budget for 4 elections. This year, we only have to budget for 2 elections. The non-permanent salary, which is line item 412600, the 455,678. We have included in that an increase for our chief judges and judges that y'all, the board discussed with the prior director of increasing every $5 for the chief judges and the judges every year till 2024. and $1 for the assistants per hour, every year until 2024. To hopefully draw in, make people more interested in working. So we have, the difference between the increase, if the commissioners approve it, it's just a little more than $20,000, which that's for both elections. So, without the increase, it's, right at $435,000 for that line item requested. With the increase, it's $455,000. Do y'all have any questions about that also includes, our temporary workers in the office, your salary, the election day workers, one-stop staff, and, like Staley and, anyone who helps him. All of that is included in the non-permanent salary. Do y'all have any questions about that line item?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Okay, so are there any questions about the budget that y'all have? That we need to go over?
I have just a quick one.
Mhm.
The printing, and it may be listed. I
Okay.
missed it. Never mind, I don't have a question. I guess my question is, the printing that is listed for 100,000, that's basically just for election purposes, that's not inter-office printing.
That is for like the ballots, yes.
That doesn't include what y'all print
No,
on site.
that does have a little bit, like if we have our supplies for, training, we send out for that, the printing of the books for election day. We do get charged, whatever we have printed in the print shop here, which is basically, I think we budgeted maybe around 5,000 for that type of printing, and the majority of that line item is for ballots. And also, Kathy had requested last year that Terry's position in the office is permanent part-time. She's 30 hours a week. She wanted to bring her up to 40 hours last year, and somehow or another, they left it off of the agenda when they brought it before the commissioners. So it did not get voted on by the commissioners. So I'm requesting that this year, we put that back into the budget to get her position up to 40 hours, if y'all approve that.
Yes, we need to vote.
So is that included in,
Well, that would be in the salaries and wages.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, that is included in, line item 41, 2000?
We don't, that would be the, finance, the HR department would increase that. If it's approved, they would bring that up, that we don't, set there's certain ones we don't have any,
Okay.
we can't change.
Okay, so your question, my question is, are you asking us, what are you asking of us?
Do they have to approve it?
Ma'am,
Yes.
So you're asking us to approve for Terry to
Be
become
on 40
full-time
At 40 hours.
at 40 hours, okay,
And then we'll present it to the commissioners
So,
They'll vote on it.
but then, is her salary in here as part-time?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
she under is she under the non-permanent where is she on here?
She's under the, 4/1/2000.
That's what I was asking.
Yes.
So if we say yes, have you included that, or is that something that will have to be added to the 254,891?
If, if y'all approve it and then the commissioners approve it, HR will add that. I don't have any, say over that line item.
Okay, so if we say that, so the issue is that it is potentially, that line item will increase.
That's correct.
Gotcha, okay, thank
Yes.
you. Okay, so you have heard the recommendation coming from the executive director, to, approve, to move Terry from, part-time 30 hours to full-time 40 hours. What did you say?
So moved.
Second,
Okay, it's properly moved in second, that the executive director, recommends, to the county commissioners, that Terry becomes, full-time at 40 hours. Any other discussion, questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Opposed, signify by saying no, motion carries.
Are there any other questions about the budget? Any concerns or,
Madam Chair,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that under maintenance and repair buildings and grounds, that there's a significant reduction for this upcoming year. And I just wondered if the executive director could speak to that a little bit.
Okay, that's item, 435-100.
That's correct.
Okay. It went from last year's was 58,200, it's 15,000, this year, for 2023. For 2021,
Because we don't have rent, right?
well, we're thinking about the building over the MedCat building,
Uh-huh.
with repairs to that, which we won't have, the MedCat building this year to do any repairs to. That was included in case we purchase that building.
And we won't have the same issue with the next building?
I did email, maintenance about that, and would there be any cost to us that we needed to include in the
Mhm.
budget? And he said no.
Is that because of the initial, it would roll into the initial acquisition? So we may have that as a line item in the future, but it would not be,
Just the regular maintenance
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
but let me ask,
That 58,000, they don't, those grant funds in there to update for the cameras.
Kathy just stated also that some of that 58,000 was, the grant fund for the cameras, the equipment that we had added, in our building currently. We updated those cameras and voting, security cameras and alarms, door locks.
okay, good. Have we taken into consideration in this $15,000, where we are now, where we were going to stay, apparently, for another year, whatever. So have we considered, any repairs to that building? Because I know we are always having issues. So did you take into consideration perhaps repairs
Just
where we
spoke,
are?
I just spoke with Joel about that as well, because we received the email this morning from him that if there was any repairs under $15,000 that we needed, he needed to put in his budget.
Okay,
Big repairs like that are usually handled under, the maintenance department.
okay,
So, ours would be more like the cameras and that,
Improvements.
improvements where if
Okay.
it was a plumbing issue and that would be handled, under the maintenance department.
okay,
So,
thank you.
are there any other questions? I mean, you can email me or call me and.
I guess I need to call a vote on.
Yeah.
This budget.
Let me see. Give everybody time to take a,
I had requested a little more money in the advertising budget, and I'm glad to see that in there. I guess one thing that I suggested in addition to new location notification was, some form of signage, around the voting sites, especially the early voting sites, to make the public more, it kind of falls under new location, but also, I think some of the other early voting sites that people may be used to
Right,
would still benefit from the same type of signage.
put something out there, let me know.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I know the Elmira Center, for instance, is kind of tucked back off into the neighborhood.
Mhm.
People go up and down Rawhut all the time. You would never know it was back there. So I guess that was, in addition, I think it's very important for the new locations, and more important even. But that was one thing that I hope could be included, is just a little bit of
Okay,
wayfinding for those early voting sites especially.
okay, so that, line item has been increased by $3,500.
Yes, but in the notes, it was not specifically, what I just suggested was not specifically mentioned in full, so I just wanted
To make sure that what you had requested,
yes, was
Is
spent on, what,
yeah, to be included in this verbiage,
in that, to justify the 35
$3,500.
increase.
Does everybody see where Noah is?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. But we also have a decrease in contracted services, so. Look, maybe, I think the explanation is here.
actually, yeah, no, it was that one was decreased.
Yeah,
We had 4 elections, budgeted in the the 122,000. Where we only have the 2 elections, which it is a bigger election. The November for the, 115,000. And with two of the elections that were budgeted in, the last fiscal year, there wasn't whole county-wide elections.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for the executive director about the requested budget for 22-23? And when will you be presenting this?
I have to, set up an appointment, I haven't set that up, it will be within the next month.
Madam Chair,
Mhm.
so, this then will be presented to the, budget people.
That's correct, with the, county manager and the finance department.
And then they'll make some adjustments, and then will it come back to us, or they'll make the adjustments
I
and
believe
then it
they
goes
make
through?
yeah, I think they make the adjustments and then, it goes to the commissioners.
Okay.
And if it's real big issues, then we may have to go to the commissioners. Mhm.
We will see it after the finance department works
Yes.
it over.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay,
I'll let you know any changes that were made.
Mhm.
okay.
And then last time then, we had to go to the commission, we spoke at commissioners meeting as well.
Madam Chair, I move the adoption of this proposed budget.
Second.
Properly moved to second. Any questions, comments, further discussions, for the 2023 budget? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, or signify by saying no. Okay, motion carries. And if Dee Dee has something, that she needs to share with us, she will send us an email, and then after she meets with the budget person, we will get, the information, from her. Okay?
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. Anything else you want, concerning, budget, or if we're down to other business now, so do you have other business for the school?
Well, I just wanted to bring this, is from the Coronado Senior Center, which they, had emailed with concerns, with this primary being in May. Glasses on. They had, I'll read y'all quickly what their concerns are. Says, the Coronado Senior Center has been chosen as a site for the May 22 primary election. We were initially notified by the Board of Elections, was needed, the Coronado Senior Center was needed from March 8th to May 12th. And the Board of Elections would have to lock the room down on February 14th. That notification, given the day before February senior newsletter was supposed to go out to the printers. Okay, then they received a call that the North Carolina Supreme Court had rescheduled to May 17th. As the building is opening up for more activities, all the rooms are very busy and there are programs assigned to different rooms. Rescheduling our activities and not being able to use a room for almost a month is truly a hardship for the senior population. There also are traffic situations in our parking lot, and the influx of more people is truly not an ideal situation for the building that serves senior adults. And Says, we understand that there may be a need for the Board of Elections to use the Coronado Senior Center for the presidential elections. However, there may be other options for the early voting primary, for instance, Holly Hill Mall. During the meeting I attended today, someone suggested the former Friendship Center's building that is owned by Alamance County. So the Friendship Center is actually one of the buildings that they had wanted us to look at. Kathy had stated, and it's over, right there at the parking lot. It's the building on Martin Street that kind of looks like it's from the 70s, you know, so it's not appropriate, for one stop. So he just emailed her and just told her, again, we apologize for the dates, but we had no control over that level of government. And I told her, thank you for the suggestion of the Friendship Center. However, that facility is too close in proximity to our main Graham site, which is, you know, the Graham Recreation Center. And I told her that I would put this on the agenda for today, so that we could address her concerns.
Let me say that, that conversation took place, third Tuesday, was that last Tuesday? Anyway, it was the third Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning when the Alamance Aging Committee was meeting with the Piedmont Triad Council of Government. And so I was on that Zoom meeting, and when they began to discuss activities picking up, but actually they don't know when they're going to start picking up, because we're not even meeting there in person. Everything is still virtual. But as they begin to talk about it, someone must have mentioned that there's a person on here who is on the Board of Elections. So I could tell that they had text Jane. And so that's when she stopped and said, oh, is there someone on here from the Board of Elections? And I said, yes, the chair. And so so rather than discuss it at that meeting, I suggested that she send her request, complaint, or whatever to the executive director, so that we wouldn't go, you know. And someone did recommend the Friendship Center, but I thought if the Friendship Center wasn't, I mean, they were moving the people out of there because they built them a new building along with ACTA, because that building wasn't suitable for them to have activity. So I knew it wouldn't be suitable for us, but rather than go into that discussion, I just asked her to and send it to the executive director, and then the executive director to bring it to the board, and the board to comment on it, and you know, because she said they didn't even look at Holly Hill Mall. I don't actually know they didn't look at Holly Hill Mall, but so well, let me hear from your comments to give ED.
It's a publicly funded, building that we have the right to use, and this is not, going to pick up flowers. This is an election. I'm not unsympathetic to their needs over there, but I think this probably takes priority. So, I guess maybe I'll come off harsh, but tough.
I mean, as we've discussed, we are at a shortage of available facilities in this county.
Maybe they could use that facility for some of their activities, would be my suggestion.
And I didn't hear them say that we are absolutely barred from
They can't say that. They don't have that.
from using it.
They don't have that.
They can't, because it's county, it belongs to the county. So yeah, this would take.
County is the city, the city of Burlington,
Yes, that's right.
but it's government owned, and it's
Government owned,
then
but yeah,
we can.
use it.
Yeah.
Okay. So so what we are directing the executive director to respond, with the comments that, you know,
We did look at Holly Hill Mall, we chose.
because of, because it's safer and all of that.
And
Well,
It's an
we
expense
have
as
to
well.
explain why.
But it'd be nice if we would say, we understand your concern.
I mean,
however-
no, I mean, we don't have to explain Holly Hill Mall.
Oh, yeah, right.
We can address her concerns about that, yeah.
Right.
And I guess if they had a problem with it, they could take it to the county commissioners. But
And just for clarity, problems with Holly Hill Mall are, one, curbside voting is extremely awkward, and there's staffing issues involved with doing that staffing it effectively because of that. And it also is,
And space, they have a lot more people moving into spaces in Holly Hill Mall. I don't even know that they have any vacancy, rooms or anything in Holly Hill Mall now.
and it's been, in the past, when we requested to use Holly Hill Mall, it's not always been a sure thing. And
Yeah.
8 months out from the election, we had to have
Yep.
certainty about our
Stop.
sites
Mhm.
selection. But we are limiting ourselves in our options.
Okay.
And we can tell her that we will, we are we're trying not to interfere with whatever, is going on at the senior center.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's an expense. Right. We have to pay for it. So it's not, whereas
There's no,
Expense for the Canova
Right.
Center, but we
Even,
would have to.
connectivity with Spectrum and things like that, there's no expense for that there.
Mhm. Okay, any other questions, about the use of the Canova Center? So, okay, we are, directing the executive director to move forth. We will be to use the Canova Center with an explanation to the executive director of the Canova Center. Okay. Anything else from you, Madam Executive Director?
I think that's it. On this, for this week, everything's going well so far. And Kathy is being,
You can't say why, okay.
Do we have to do that? He's officially done.
Yeah, so, yeah. Okay, so do you want me to announce that, or are you going to announce that we did, okay. Under other business, we did receive official resignation of one of our board members, Dan Engel.
that's correct.
And we certainly want to, we appreciate his service. And does anyone else have any comments at this time?
You'll be missed.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely.
a pleasure to work with. He will be missed.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that under the business. So is there any other business, our next meeting date?
It's actually, the training, which is online, virtual. I will send y'all, and that is, it's in March.
Mhm.
I can-
March 15th?
15th.
I did find out, now this is totally up to y'all, the first day is basically more geared to board members. The second day, is more for the election office and staff. So if you had to choose one of the 2 days to watch, the first day would be the one,
So the
That's-
15th.
the 15th.
Is it on demand or is it?
I'll send you a link. I think I'll send the email, they send the email, because I signed each one of y'all up and put your own emails. So just check your emails. We haven't gotten ours yet, so y'all probably haven't gotten yours.
Okay, so if you get yours, could you send us
I
a
will, I'll let
reminder?
y'all know to be looking
Okay.
for it. How about that?
Okay,
It looks as though it's for the 14th and the 15th.
Monday, too.
So the
Yeah, it's the 14th and
14th would be the
15th.
day
so
that we would,
Definitely, yeah.
Best day
Y'all
for
can, I mean, now y'all can more than, you can watch it on Tuesday. They just said to let y'all know that, out of the 2 days, the Monday was geared more towards the board.
okay.
okay.
Great. Madam Chair, I'd just like to say that I appreciated the opportunity to go to the new building and see what it's like. And I'm impressed. And I look forward to us getting in there eventually.
Absolutely, I agree. It's gonna be it's a nice facility and I can't wait for us to have all of that space.
And all of our
Everything.
stuff in one place.
I would say everything under one roof.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So we thank, the, past executive director for her diligence
Yes.
in working to get us, space. We may even have a Holland room in there, I don't know.
That's right. We named it the Holland Building.
Yeah. Okay, is there any other business to come before, this board at this time? Okay, hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Everyone have a good day. Go safely.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.